Hi. Well, it finally happened. I've had a wonderful ball of plastic waiting for me when I got out of my room this morning. It was such a wonderful, sleep. I slept the sleep of the just, but it just wasn't enough. I have this wonderful, wonderful little ball of plastic that is just absolutely wonderful, wrapped around my E3D hot end here. So if it zooms in and focuses, you can see that it is quite the sculpture my my printer has left me here. So not to bother. I'm going to show you guys exactly how you can deal with such a large clump like this and what you can do in the future. Something I unfortunately noticed is the fan mount that I have is a little wobbly. So if we move the camera on in closer, and if it focuses, there we go, we can see the crack is there. And I think that what happened was a piece of plastic got a little too unruly, hit the fan, or the fan duct, and then caused that to lift off other pieces, which then knocked off this wonderful, wonderful little sock. The sock that normally keeps all this crap from causing issues. So here, if it decides to focus on my hand, there we go. Here is something that typically will keep this from piling up on the extruder and causing a larger problem. But unfortunately, it appeared to fall off. And then, started this whole mess. But no worries. What we'll be doing here is we will be showing you how to clean up that mess on your extruder just like me, and it won't even require, well, actually makes it easier that you have a all metal one, but this is something that everyone should know how to do that has a 3D printer. Alright, so the first important step is to see if you can get anything off by just heating up the hot end. So since I was printing with PLA and it jammed, I'm going to heat it up to 280 degrees. That should be able to pretty much get everything off of the nozzle. I have never had a nozzle jam light on fire. I don't anticipate it will, since for fire you need quite a bit more ingredients than just heat, and typically much higher heat. So I'm going to set that to 280 degrees. This will be harder if you don't have an all metal hot end. So basically set it to whatever temperature makes sense for your hot end. So if you have a regular PTFE lined one, just heat it up to 245. That should be good enough. I just heat it up to 280 because that just makes my job a little lighter. Next we'll go about disassembling the hot end and the entire enclosure around it to try to get as much access as possible, so we can start picking away at the molten plastic. So I've let it sit for a little while, and as you can see, it looks like a lot of the plastic is releasing, but it's still around the wires. So that's okay for now. On the inside, if you look closely, you can see the molten PLA just drooping and dribbling. So we're going to continue to try to use that and kind of manipulate it so all that's really left on the heat, on the hot end side here, is really just the stuff that's wrapped around the wires. And then we're going to have to go into our special save the wires surgery that will be taking place shortly here, once we get everything disassembled. So the steam and smoke is fully expected. Just be very careful when it's heated up this much and you got all this plastic so you don't short anything out. Even if you do, properly fused systems should work. But if your printer doesn't really have the best circuit safety, just be careful. So yeah, so now we're going to disassemble the hot end and see if we can save these wires that are fully encased in this molten plastic here. So wish me luck. So this process isn't 100% foolproof here. Unfortunately, it appears that our thermistor may have died in the in the wiggling around. It's okay. That's why they have replaceable parts. So even if it's not salvageable, we have some replacements and we should be able to get printing. The important part is just to get a functional printer once again. Alright, from here, especially since we have a bad thermistor, it gets a little bit difficult. So what we could do, a couple options, is we continue along the heater methodology and throw this in an oven. What the oven would allow us to do is it would eventually soften up all this PLA here to the point where we can manipulate it by hand, cut it off, string it off, that kind of stuff, and that would allow us to access the underlying the metal underneath, since that won't melt, and neither will any of this more durable stuff here. Or we could use a torch to hit the metal, hoping that the metal heats up enough that we can do the same thing. Because my initial idea before this failed was to get it out and mobile again, and then start clipping away at this spot here and this spot here, as I've done in the past, in order to get access. I probably won't reuse either of these parts, unless I manage to save this heater core here, but I'm definitely going to reuse this heatsink, block, and nozzle, since there's nothing really wrong with them, other than the fact that they're currently caked in plastic right now. So I'm going to go try to hit it with the torch, see how loose I can get it. Now that this is 100% gone, I may attempt to resolder a new end to it if it's broken, somewhere in here versus at the end. But we'll see. We'll see. Wish me luck. So here's the first round of a propane torch. So I'll record the second bit for some enjoyment. But I decided to give it a go, mainly hitting it on the metal side to try to melt everything around it so that it drops off. So it did. It took a very long while for this to actually go up. So the outside here finally went. It actually was like a trick candle. It blew out and then it turned back on again, and it took a good amount of a good amount of heat to get the PLA to go up, even with the propane torch. So I'm going to see if I can trim off any of the plastic here mechanically instead of burning it off, and then I'll do a final burn just to get the rest of the plastic off. So yeah, I actually didn't even need to take it for another burn. The first one caused it to release enough off of the unit here, so now I can actually just torch it up again and use that to get rid of the remaining junk that's on the hot end and remove the now pretty much bent and twisted off thermistor that's stuck in there, as well as get that heater core out, since this is now junk. So I'll do that final burn and I'll get going, and I'll have to clean up too. So in order to get the rest of this out, all I did was just heated it up again with a torch, let a lot of the plastic burn off, and then once I was sure it had enough heat in the block itself, I just took it out, and then I was able to remove the grub screw for the thermistor and then the regular screw for the heater cartridge. So now I can just put in a new thermistor and a new heater cartridge and tighten it down, because this guy did get a little bit loose. Make sure everything fits back together, and away we go. So it's actually a pretty easy recovery. Just takes a couple parts. I mean, it's like 20 bucks in parts if it's this bad. A lot of the times that this won't be that big of a problem. It'll be just around the block itself where the heated up method will really work. You'll be able to heat it up and then cut it at the point where it's holding onto the wires, and it'll fall off, no problem. Unfortunately, this one was a bit advanced since it was an overnight print, and this nozzle, it's a 0.6 millimeter nozzle, absolutely spews plastic, so there's quite a bit of stuff built up on it. But the most expensive parts, the heat break and that nozzle, the block too, but it's not a copper block, it's just a regular aluminum block, are still intact and will be just fine when we put them back in. So I'll get this reassembled and I'll show you a little bit of the aftermath too. So the cartridge itself is fine. looks fine, all that kind of stuff. It's just that the rest of it here, particularly the ends, are all burnt up and not able to be used anymore. Also, it's just very dusty. But honestly, the cartridge here would probably still work. It's the wiring that's the questionable part. And then on the other side of this, we have, where is it? The thermistor cartridge. So the cartridge did survive, but the wire connection, which is pretty fragile, unfortunately did not. So we'll just throw another bunch of these in there and we'll be good to go. But I gotta throw these away since they are putting ashes everywhere. You know, the plastic on there almost looks like wax, but fortunately it's not. I made sure to always do this on a concrete floor, and honestly, you'll be able to pick it up if it's on a surface like glass or something like that. You'll be able to pick it up and just throw it away. No damage done to the floor, which is kind of why I do this. Just to help with cooling, I did wet the floor a little bit just to, you know, make sure, but this is honestly a pretty easy thing that you can do out in your garage, as long as there isn't any flammable material nearby. It's not that big a deal. Do wear your safety glasses though, just in case there's a bubble of hot air trapped in the plastic and it comes out and splashes some molten plastic. So again, wear your safety glasses and anything else that you want to wear to make you feel safe. Unless it's flammable. Don't wear flammable stuff. And there you go. She went back together, no problems. The heat block and all the metal components work just like a charm. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below asking, or just any commentary on the video. Otherwise, leave a like, subscribe if you like my content and you want to see more of it. And hasta la bye bye. Thank you.